how last season the Bucks were the favorites to win the East, and they got upset with the back-to-back MVP and Giannis. Now they seem further, not closer, to winning the East. Now that you see what's happening with the Nets as they add James Harden to go with KD and Kyrie. And so LeBron James, to me, it seemed like he was trying to put a nail in their coffin. It was like, I remember y'all used to be contenders, and I saw Morris trying to get guys not to shake hands at the end of the game, trying to be old school. And I'm looking at the TV like, dog, it don't work like that. AD went right over there to his brother Drew. You got Antetokounmpo brothers playing on both teams. I know what you was trying to do, but you just can't do it in today's game, dog.
That's fair. He's like the guy they're putting in mid-court for the COVID protocol. Morris like, COVID. No, we can't shake hands. COVID. I know it's your brother, but COVID. LeBron James didn't just do it with passing the ball and the assist. He didn't just do it with scoring in the clutch. He was 6 for 10 from 3, and also KCP was 7 for 10 from 3. See, LeBron had contested threes. KCP had wide open threes. He's really unlocked this part of his game, Jalen. What do you think he will continue to develop this three-point and add that to his arsenal, that little sidestep one that he has?
It's all about rhythm. And here's the thing. LeBron James is virtually unguardable, but players like me, be a bug on a windshield, like today, Kobe Bryant's 81-game anniversary. You get a chance to go against these great players. So here's one thing that I want to show you. Play that LeBron James highlight again. If you're coaching against him, here's what you got to do. You got to get up on that right foot when he do that right dribble. Because he does like this uncomfortable step with his right foot that you got to be up on that and force him now to be a driver. Look at his final step with that right foot when he's at the top of the floor. Top of the floor to the left side. If you get up on that right foot, I think you have a better chance of defending that play. But this guy's virtually unguardable.
Impossible to defend. It is worth noting that while the Lakers are rolling, Anthony Davis quietly has not scored 20 points in 5 straight games. Now, he had a bunch of assists in this one, so I'm not necessarily concerned about it. 6 assists is good for a big man. Is this something to be concerned about if you are the Lakers and AD, who kind of expected an MVP caliber season from?
Well, how about this? When James Harden goes 5 straight games and doesn't score under 20, then he goes to another team and averages basically 30-point triple-doubles. This situation is vastly different, but they're a lot alike, and here's why. James Harden started this season with the Rockets. AD started his career with the Pelicans. They both saw, as all NBA players, that they couldn't win the championship necessarily as the best player on those situations. This is why you go to LA, because now even if you go 5 straight games without scoring 20, you still got LeBron James to carry the load.
Jalen, 2 individuals started a movement that carried us through the pandemic summer. Do you remember how depressing it was? How we're all quarantined inside, and it was these 2 gentlemen.
And led his Lakers to a 113-106 win over Giannis's Bucks, but beating the last head-to-head MVP didn't seem to faze one King James. LeBron, talk to me.
Is there any satisfaction in having success against Giannis? You're now 16-5. Your teams are 16-5 in your career against him, and he's 10 years younger than you, and he's the back-to-back MVP. Yet you're still able to find success.
Nah, I think you know me. I think all you guys know me. It's never been about individual. It's all about the team success, and that's all that matters. I can care less about that. I just try to play well and help our team win versus any opponent, and that's what it's all about.
Stephen A., you buying it? What kind of message was LeBron trying to send last night?
Hell no, I'm not buying that. And I think that LeBron stood in front of the cameras last night and lied to the American public and anybody else who was listening. But I'm not knocking him for it. But I think that, listen, LeBron wouldn't be as great as he is if all he thought about was the outcome for the team.
Yeah.
there, especially in the sport of basketball, there is some individual pride that seeps into the equation where you put dudes on notice. This is who the hell I am. Don't forget. You understand? When LeBron sits up there and goes in for a layup and gets an and one and flexes his muscle, is that about the team? When he sits up there and dunks on somebody and screams at the crowd, is that about the team? When he sits up there and throws and drills a three and puts up three fingers or turns around and, maybe when he turned around and turned his back to the shot because he won the bet with Dennis Schrader, maybe that was about the team because you having fun. But what I'm saying is, nobody's accusing him of caring about his individual accolades more than the team. No, he's proven that he's unselfish on that level, and he deserves our respect and deference in that regard. But also, when you're 36 years of age, you still averaging 24, 7, and 7. You still a baller. Y'all are number one seed. Y'all are reigning defending champions. Y'all are prohibitive favorites to win the chip. Everybody's looking at Brooklyn and wondering whether it's Brooklyn or Philly or Milwaukee. Who's going to be able to challenge you? Is Kawhi and Paul George going to be able to step up and challenge you and stuff like that? Yes, it's about the team, but it's also about you as an individual. So when he says, I never think about me, I'm only thinking about the team, that's a damn lie. There's no way you can be as great as him and you never have that intestinal fortitude and that individual pride to put your greatness on display. You don't spend $1.5 million on your physique, your body, your conditioning, and everything that comes with it to be as great as you can be just for the team to win a championship. No, you want to be the reason or primary reason why you win that championship. And I think that individual pride is incredibly admirable. Not only do I respect it, I revere it. And I look at guys like him. It could be anything. It could be you on the elliptical, bro. It could be me on the Peloton, the treadmill. It could be you anywhere, whatever. When you see these guys and you hear what they go through in order to be in peak condition, and then you in that gym and you sweating and all of that other, you're like, damn, how do they do it? You understand? And it makes you marvel at them even more. So he's lying, but I ain't knocking him for it. It's the right thing to say, and he always knows what right things to say and what right and what wrong things to avoid saying. But that's what it is.
Let me tell you what I saw from LeBron last night. And this has been going on all year. He has modified his game again in order to stay on top. And look, he's made 3 title defenses as best player in the world, and I talk about it. KD won the MVP right in LeBron's prime. I thought, oh, no one, and he deserved it. That was the difference. There were dudes who won the MVP in Jordan's prime because people were just tired of giving Jordan the award, but they were never better than Jordan. But I watched KD, I was like, you know what? He had a better year than LeBron. Maybe he's better than LeBron. Nope. Playoffs came around. Nope, he's not. Same thing happened with Steph. Same thing happened with Kawhi because LeBron was hurt. I got fooled at least a couple of those times. And then by the end, when the dust settled, LeBron was left standing. And he's done it by changing his game as he's gotten older. Miami, he was at his physical best, right? A brilliant offensive player, shooting the three, the whole thing, complete player, and a great intense defensive player all year. And as he got older in Cleveland, he realized, I can't play that level defense all the time and do what I do on the off. He took his foot off the gas so he could win championships and compete in the playoffs. And now what I saw last couple of years, Stephen A., is AD challenging him to play defense, and he has. The Lakers are a top 5 efficiency defensive and offensive team. LeBron plays defense again, even in the regular season. And offensively, in order to do all that, he's shooting the three more often and better than ever before. He's shooting 6-7 threes a game, and he's hitting them 37, 38, maybe 40% of the time after last night. 39.6, rounded up to 40. It's 40. 40% of the time shooting 6-7 threes a game. I mean, he's doing the thing Giannis hasn't been able to do yet. Giannis needs to shoot the three better, and he's incrementally getting better to his credit, but not good enough. LeBron is making the very adjustment that Giannis has to do, and he's doing it in order to be the best player in the world still. He sent that message again last night.
What I tried to educate you about, Max Kellerman, is that Giannis is never going to be able to make that adjustment. If you look at how he plays, see, LeBron has, even though LeBron is incredibly powerful, he's always had a finesse game because he's always been pretty much a perimeter player who's capable of using his physique, his muscles, etc., and really making things happen. But that's not his game. Giannis is entirely the opposite. Giannis is a dude, even though he was rail thin and he's put on 57 pounds of muscle, at least as of last year from the time he came into the league, the bottom line is he plays a power game. That's who he is. So him stepping out on the perimeter and making that adjustment is not as natural of a transition for him as it is for LeBron. LeBron is not a transition for LeBron. This is just a part.
Yeah, but one thing
he's learning
about
how to shoot.
Giannis
but he's been on a wing. Look, that's not who Giannis is.
Giannis is a big, and my point, and he really is a big. He needs another guy as good as him, who's not a big, to succeed as almost every big ever needed. That's not LeBron. But Giannis is now shooting 5 threes a game, hitting 31% of the time, which is the most he's ever shot it and at the best clip. He's making the improvement incrementally that LeBron has already made. And the fact that the fact is the NBA needs an MVP award for the entire season. It's ridiculous to have regular season, finals, and nothing in between.
Max is wrong.
No, you need an MVP for everything.
No. The regular season needs to be separate from the postseason because the regular season needs to matter to some degree when you're charging a paying customer to watch 82 games a year, or in this case, 72 for the season.
It does matter. You're seeded in the playoffs.
I'm just saying that's number one. Number two, and more importantly, just remember something. When you talk about Giannis, don't just look at the numbers. That's analytically speaking. You're looking at the number. Look at the actual game. Giannis, in the flow of a game, those shots don't come naturally to him. They come naturally.
He has to be more wide open than LeBron. He's not going to get it himself the same way. But because he's a big, he's not a perimeter player.
That's why I said there are limitations.
He's a very versatile big.